Why is leading with your knees on the descent of a squat not a good idea for most athletes?
Look at that anterior pelvic rotation she's holding.
The first is that it often leads to a forward weight shift in an off-balance bottom position.
Because of that anterior pelvic rotation.
As you can see, the bar is over the toes, not the midfoot. Leading with the knees also limits early glute engagement.
Or better yet, upper hamstring engagement.
Instead, places excessive stress on the front of the knee, increasing compression on your kneecap against the femur. Over time and with enough weight, suboptimal technique like this could lead.
Look at that anterior pelvic rotation.
Front of the knee, increasing compression on your kneecap against the femur. Over time and with enough weight, suboptimal technique like this could lead to knee issues. Instead, start your descent with a small engagement of your hips before.
No, how about start with a little bit more posterior pelvic rotation and a little bit less anterior pelvic rotation to get the upper hamstrings and the abdominal obliques engaged.
And sitting straight down. Notice that the knees will still bend.
Okay, I want to make a quick video. Earlier today, Aaron Horschig from Squat University made a very nice video about squatting and recommending not to break at the knees, meaning initiating the squatting movement from the knees, because of what he says in his good video is that when you break from the knees, it's going to bring your translate your body a little bit too far forward, where it brings the bar path a little bit far forward. So I totally agree, but what I noticed, the tendency of why that usually happens, and if you look at the model he used in his video, it's a perfect example. The girl, her pelvis had too much anterior pelvic rotation, okay, which a lot of people do because they want to lock up their joints, whatever that means. So what that does is anterior pelvic rotation, you initiate from the knees and they go down, it's going to bring the bar path a little bit far forward. My thing, what I usually see, is if you improve their capacity not to anteriorly rotate, but just do a little bit less, okay? And not tucked in too much like that, but not sticking their butt out like that, just a little bit less. And then from there, you can initiate from the knees and then you come down and then get the hips. That'll still keep the bar path over the midfoot. And the importance of initiating the movement from the knees with a more posterior pelvic rotation or less anterior pelvic rotation is that it engages the upper hamstrings. And it also puts the abdominal obliques in a more short position to have them available throughout the whole squatting motion. So that's the key when they squat. Now other times people tend to, from an anterior pelvic tilt especially, initiate the movement from the hips, okay? That's leading up to a little bit more compression on the labrum, on the hip joints. Sometimes people will start feeling pinching in their groin, pinching in their hips. Even if they don't, if they bias more towards anterior pelvic rotation and then they initiate from the hips and squat down, they may keep the bar path over the midfoot, but they're increasing compression at the hips and in their lumbosacral spine. So you want to free that up a little bit so you give the nervous system a little bit of wiggle room to use as a compensation, if need to get their center of mass over the right spot, over that midfoot, so to speak, the bar path over that midfoot. So just a little quick video. I thought that would be helpful for some people because I see that a lot. And thanks for watching.